Welcome into your animal spirit message. Empress Melissae here. We are going to see which animal spirit is coming through in the oracle cards today for us. I'll have you guys know I saw two horses out today, as well as a little bunny crossed my path. Let's see, from east to west. I'll have to look at what that means, but I definitely know that the horse means freedom. It means about finding that path, and I was on the hiking trail, so that is very, very indicative. 3-3 coming out today. And then the bunny, that can be all about abundance, being watchful, mindful, lots of good things. So I'm wondering, what kind of animals are you guys seeing out there, especially as we're approaching this new moon, guys? All right, so take a nice slow deep breath, let it out when you're ready, and watch your ears. It's going to be a little loud here. Thank you so much to the angels, ancestors, wayshowers, and guides for setting this circle of wisdom and protection. Spirit animals, come through and show us what we need to know. As we call back our power and return evil eye to sender. All right, guys, how are you doing out there? I'm trying to finish up on the last of the zodiac sign readings. I have 4 more left to do, so Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, it is coming, so thank you for your patience. Okay, there's been a lot going on for me. I can't even begin to explain. We'd need a whole separate video for that. In any case, squirrel is all about being prepared, swan, and grace. So you're definitely, gracefully, I'm hearing, you're figuring out how to maneuver, and find these ways of perhaps saving back more money, ensuring that you have food on hand, in case there's any shortages. Look at this. Ooh, here we go again with that freedom energy. Come on through and show us what we need to know. Spirit animals. And the moose is coming out today with wisdom. On the bottom is owl. All right, so on the one coming out here today, moose and wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. So this is all about the as above, so below energy. So indicative of the 8-8 portal and that energy of infinity. And where does that all merge together? In the heart, all right? So that is the meeting place of spirit and matter. This is where we need to make sure that we are balanced and whole so that we can receive the blessings, the messages with the wisdom, because the antlers, as we'll read in the book, talks all about tapping into, catching the wisdom that spirit is imparting upon us. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. So trust in yourself and all that you are receiving. I'm definitely very much vibing with this right now, with all the messages that I've been receiving, not only out in nature, but from other sources. And to Nephilim, the angel goddess 1111. If you guys don't know about her, she is amazing. Oh my God. Love your reading. Thank you so much for it. Owl and magic on the bottom. Now, I will say owl is one of my totems. It was the animal that came to me immediately after I was initiated as a priestess in 2016. So choose to know the truth, because you can open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Yeah, you see past the bullshit is what this is saying. Or be aware of being kind of tapping in, having your, spidey senses kind of no matter where you go, no matter who you're around. It's almost like you got to test everybody's spirit right now is what I'm hearing. All right, so let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. It's flying in fast too. With this owl and the nocturnal energy, it could be like weird dreams and things of that nature. Definitely make note of your dreams at this time if you're not already. I notice a lot of times when I come out of my sleep, I'll only remember parts of it, but I'll start writing it down. And even just a few minutes later, I've totally forgotten about it. And if I didn't write it down, and just reading it kind of helps me to kind of tap back into that energy again, right? But there's something you're receiving that's going to help you 4, 5, 6 to move forward in whatever your situation is. So Luna and intuition, listen to the song in your soul, trust your intuition, and have to, as you have a way of knowing, again, you're seeing through the illusions, through bullshit, deception. You're not, just taking things at face value is what I'm hearing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Very, very important right now, so that we can tap into that intuition. Once again, you might be doing this more in the nighttime hours or the bewitching hours, maybe between 3 and 5 a.m., getting up a little earlier to tap into this, because there are definitely messages coming through. So let's read Moose here real quick. Let me know if any of this resonates with you for sure. Hit that like button and leave a comment below. Also, guys, share this with a friend that could use this message for sure. All right, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any readings I've put out. And if you need a personal reading, all of that is in the description. So some words for Moose are acknowledgement, opportunity, self-esteem, worthiness, greatness, majesty, wisdom from the elders, instinct, honor, longevity, steadfastness, fearless. Are you feeling any of these words right now? Are they resonating with you? Let me know below. The moose is a powerful totem. It is a unique energy with many contradictions. Awkward yet graceful, like we were seeing with the swan, right? Going from that ugly duckling stage into that graceful, beautiful stage, perhaps, is where we're at right now in that little purgatory period, if you will. We're seeking for the answers to get through the rest of this. All right, you are leveling up. Just know that. Moose are masters of wisdom and perception. In spite of their large size, they are swift, confident, and fearless. Moose people always have a strong presence. The totem stands 7 feet tall with a crown of antlers almost as wide. Wow. So what do they say? She's as tall as she is wide. Well, in any case, again, this is balance. This is that as within, so without, as above, so below. It's equal balance. And that's where the heart space is, right? Where we're working to balance everything out, our energy, because whatever we're holding in our heart that's not light as a feather kind of energy, then those are the blocks that are holding us back, whatever those may be for each of us. Their antlers are said to act as antenna, to the secrets and teachings from the wise ones, elders, right? So if Moose is your totem, you are a mystic and sit in the council of the ancestors. You are smart and outstanding in your field, meaning whatever it is that you do or you aspire to, whatever your field of work is, you definitely are a master. You are an intuitive, and from an early age you have experienced connection to spirit that have eluded others. You are a strong survivor. Moose lives a long life. Your lofty heights are not for the many, but for the few. So just like many are chosen, many are called, but few are chosen, you are as this moose, all right? Few are able to take on this role, if you will. With Moose as totem, you are sure to travel the long, winding path to your destiny, wisdom and mastery. So yes, this is definitely that ability to tap in with the intuition, with the wisdom, to be able to use that wisdom to your advantage, to be wise in how you move, to be decisive, right? And to also know when it's wise to perhaps be quiet, to, be more, I don't want to say secretive, but be more, this is definitely a withholding card for sure. Well, you definitely want to hold your energy back, perhaps, from getting too caught up in, like, I was hearing like the shiny object syndrome, like the squirrel that we saw coming out, right? This is you using your intuition. So I feel like this could be someone who may be trying to offer you something, maybe a better way of life, but there's a price to pay kind of situation. And maybe it could be tempting because this could be a situation where it would be nice to have someone come in. You could be this intuitive person, right? You spend a lot of time mostly connecting with yourself, spending time by yourself. You could be a bit of an introvert, just like this card was talking about as well, right? I feel like you are tapping, wow, you definitely are around some toxic energy, and Spirit's saying this has got to change. You're being called to assist in this change right now. Again, with the intuition and the moose and the wisdom, I do feel like you have been getting those intuitive hits that have been telling you that whatever you're dealing with, perhaps, and currently dealing with, is very toxic, right? It's time to put an end to all of this pull on your energy. It's a power struggle, 1111, and I do feel like that it is a love interest, if you will. It could be a situationship. It could be an entanglement, because that's kind of what this energy feels like. This person could look really good, you know, be very appealing, maybe even good in bed or that kind of thing. But this person pulls on your energy and also takes you away from your destiny, the way that you're meant to go, you know, like this card is talking about. And again, I feel like you've been getting some hits about this that have been telling you you need to put up some boundaries so that everything will be more balanced in your life and in your own energy in general. Because, you know, again, when we talk about weighing the scales, that's the scales of the heart. And when you put up those boundaries, you don't allow this kind of energy in. And maybe that's what you're learning, is how to put up the boundaries towards these situations that only end up keeping you stuck. Leaving you trying to find a way to escape kind of energy, right? So I feel like we're learning quite a bit more now, 1221, about not only standing in our own power, you know, being able to handle our own stuff, because man or woman, you've got to be able to be self-sufficient, you know what I mean? And maybe you're seeing that more so now, instead of putting that burden, if you will, 10 of Wands, which only ends up being a burden to you, right? Because then it leaves you in this unhealed place, unhappy, feeling like you basically have shortchanged yourself, is really what this feels like, right? Because you always end up being in this place, if this is you that I'm reading for today, where you're like, how did everything start out 10 of Cups, and then now I'm 9 of Cups reversed and Star reversed? And so I feel like you really are starting to understand more now that by being more autonomous, learning how to, you know, be that balanced person within yourself that's not needy and things of that nature, then you don't get yourself stuck in these situations that look good on the outside, but you're potentially not using your intuition wisely enough to be able to see perhaps what's really going on before you get too far invested. Absolutely let me know how this may be resonating. Hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification. Okay, guys, so you don't miss any readings I put out, because this is definitely very important as we're, you know, going through these retrograde cycles. I feel like this could be a major, you know, lesson that we're learning, not to put all of our hopes, wishes, and dreams in the let me make sure I'm saying that right. I don't want to say either one of those words I was going to say. In the mundane, in things that are temporary, things that don't last, you know, people, places, things, thinking that just because all of this seems tangible and things of that nature, we get confused, right? And we take our eyes off of the real power behind everything. And then when we get our mind back in the right place, then everything starts to go the way that it should. We start to feel better and are even more abundant even than we ever have been. Ultimate potential is coming out in magic with my little rabbit there guy on the bottom. I love it. So there is a lot of magic, especially with this magician energy. This is what you are going to be tapping into, especially as you honor yourself and you learn these lessons. All right, let's read our beautiful card of ultimate potential. So ultimate potential says, I choose to live my life to the fullest of my potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment, right? Because that's what we really want in our lives. And it can be hard to leave behind those things that are familiar perhaps, but really not the best for us. And this is what we're becoming more wise to, right? This is what we're understanding more and more. We're getting those hits whenever we bump up against those situations, and we're being asked to tap back into our own magic. And there it is, 3 times coming out. Owl and magic, and then the magician. That's very cool. All right, and then the magic card. And I'm actually going to read this one too, just because of that. All right, so tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights, right? We want to use that heart energy to be the magician, all right? That's our magical kitchen that helps raise our vibration and really bring in everything that we want. Knowing that's an option, why would I ever be tuned into anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. I don't know about you, but I do love jazz and things of that nature. So this is really about tuning into that frequency, right? You have the ability to do that, to choose to, cross the rainbow bridge, as I always talk about, and allow your heart to be as light as a feather right now in this moment. When we really get to that point, and that's a lot of what I love about, honestly, hypnosis and all of the stuff that taps into, because you can really turn off that switch that keeps messing with your frequency, if you will. 1717, the magic then comes out, or at least it seems like magic, but really it's not. All right, so this is why the mystics and things of that nature are silent, because they understand certain things of this nature, if you know what I mean. All right, magic says, I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. And though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, because when it comes down to it, everything in the universe is a checks and balances. You just don't understand perhaps all of the workings that go behind it all of, the power behind it all. And that's what we need to be wise about, all right? And use our power wisely as well. I would rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidence, and I will fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable. Because it still is unbelievable when miracles happen, right? And it all happens as a result of getting back into the right space. I know you are able to do it. You are so strong. You've been through so much. The Spirit's asking you to take this time to really allow yourself to do that healing. Perhaps that you have waited far too long to allow yourself to do. Okay, so coming out here today, we have reflection energy, which says, give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And sometimes that's all we can do, And if this is where you're at, acceptance of wherever you are at any given time is most key and vital to staying in the present moment. We have this energy of projection, basically, and mirroring. So beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess, right? That can be the optical illusion here, when we get that shiny object syndrome and we think like maybe somebody else is better than someone else, right? But then we come to the right perspective and that aha moment, you know, goes off in our brain and we're like, wow, you know, how did I ever think that way? Why did I ever go that direction? And then that's okay though. We don't want to beat ourselves up too much. We just want to get going in the right direction. All right? Because the best time was yesterday, 10 years ago, whatever. The next best time is right now. So make the choice and do so. So equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So be aware of that today, all right? And make sure how you're holding your energy. What is your reflection saying? Just like this card, give each other some space at the moment and trust that all will work out for the best. If you don't like the reflection you're seeing, then, you know, it's time to take a look in the mirror and perhaps do some healing work so that we don't keep drawing in those situations we don't like, right? All right, guys, let us go ahead and get an answer to your question, shall we? In 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, and the answer I'm getting at this time, my dear, is a hard no. Well, so it is. And thank you so much for being here. Blessings for your day ahead. Check in tomorrow for the Witchy Woman message. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.